Today, the 6th of August, 2020. The Anti-Corruption Commission go status, make them go hand over the 2019 annual report to President Bill. And gladness be there by this report na status for say in 2019 anti-corruption do better work na salon for Fet Corruption Day. Unfortunately, when the commissioner be 2 years na office, we be say for rating na ya. Boy oh boy, the rating not be fine for the commissioner Francis Ben Kefala. But we go carry waiting President Bill in talk about this report today and the fight against corruption in a salon. As he say, inside this new direction, there is no sacred cow when it comes to fighting corruption in a salon. President Bill say, inside this new direction, where it come for fight against corruption, sacred cow noddy. I like you big like horse. I like you not that fine cow. Not the barn. Or you not that fine cow. Where if you say you're untouchable. Or you not the sacred one. Where if you say then they worship. When it comes to fighting corruption, sacred cow noddy. That's a waiting President Bill say. So 2019 report, in the eyes of the new direction, it look proper. Well, the wait make we get a soft copy of the report, but however, we go listen how President Bill talk about this particular report. But before that, make we count COVID-19 status update na salon. COVID-19 status update na salon. 328 tests was conducted. 328 tests. When you read that kind of number, what thing can I mind? See, but they don't test all. Out of that 328 days, 17 be turned out to be positive. 17 be turned out to be waiting positive. Make we break down the 17 positive cases by district. Potloko, 6. Bombali, 2. Bont, 4. Western Area Urban, 1. Kailão, 4. Then they want make me, you know, say, the incoming passenger them, 1 test positive. Inside the number I don't call so. Somebody from the diaspora will go salon, test positive. So, I'm gonna be one for no. The person will test positive, not the name, but how many people them will then test by the incoming passengers them for make we get the one person there. However, Nakovac say no. They know they tell we. They say no to good practice standing. Okay. So where they go salon? Positive test don't begin commodity. Positive test don't begin commot. And the diaspora they go salon. I know some people are going to argue, because I don't take test now, we'll go and but you with this salon where you hear this voice right now. If you still the doubt say coronavirus not this salon, I beg. No, I make you doubt. Yeah? If me and you, I go double up on me precautionary measures them. The face mask, wasan, social distance, try as best as possible if you no get native for do not come out. Because boy, oh boy, flights don't begin camo. And the airport's not open because coronavirus don't done at the world. Land. Okay. You wait here talk, you pick the sense out of wait here talk. And left the none way not to sense. But not to me go tell you. But wait I tell you so if you understand. Yeah, you say we know. I am a salon. Be careful. Let me continue with the other numbers then. We don't get now 1,877 people we don't test positive for coronavirus na salon. 1,877. The one that are in an isolation center, we get 382. 382. The one them we recover for the past 24 hours na salon, now 26 people. So we get now a total of 1,427 people we don't beat COVID-19 na salon. For the past 24 hours, we lost one person to COVID-19 na salon. And we pray say, in soul rest in peace, with all Leone them we don't lose to COVID-19 na salon. The wale no say, na 61 years of age male, na he lost the battle with COVID-19 na salon. We don't care the total number of deaths now to COVID-19 to 68. The total number of deaths don't reach 68. The one that were in quarantine are 622. The one that were out of quarantine are 9,838. They see kind of not also. 2 years waiting let me tell you yesterday. Remember how many number of people they in quarantine na kind of. So there's a Nakovac we don't tell we say we not go surprise if positive cases them they commodity. The more people the way they in quarantine, because for make you go inside quarantine and don't forget primary contact, for make sure say, oh, you don't come in contact with this person and yourself. But one thing we Nakova can always tell we say the people in safe. Even the one the way then they say they quarantine their homes there. Even when they at their home there. They know they self-isolate. And they still jam body, rakbala, thinking to say, oh, then people are lying and they lie. So with more people in quarantine, so now so we're going to get the positive cases then. Imagine, today na 17 positive cases now again. Waiting again for do. what if you say the government not don't do? We can always ask this question. But we want to look inside the program for today. The 2019 Anti-Corruption Commission, they report on how they fight corruption at Salone. They don't go hand over and give President Bio today. And President Bio back, he gladly. Because waiting do, he try for fight corruption inside Salone. And if after this trial, he say all the effort where they put, then the commission self they do their own, they yield fruits in their own eyes, according to the reports. President Bio, they hope say 2020, you wouldn't go for Guillaume inside 2021. He hope say more accomplishments go there. But you say no sacred cow in the fight against corruption. This particular term, the new direction, no sacred cow. When we say no matter how that you be, if they catch you by corrupt practice, it not go good for you. Anybody we want care anti-corruption, to 49% back to God. Now one thing na go be. And like how the president don't talk say, no sacred cow no day. No venture. Or you sabi any sacred cow? People not even start. Because when you go through the Facebook comments, but comment sabi sacred cow there? Well, we go tell anti-corruption. If you feel say, them name their own at the list so right now as sacred cow. We go tell them. But you know, he said to God, if you want care, then go back behind. Now you go down. That's na Francis Ben Kaifala. The president talks no sacred cow no day. Himself don't insist now say, good. Intina the president na don't talk, So you want hide under the president's umbrella. Sacred cow no day. Okay. Welcome on board, South Mantoli. You get the platform.
Thanks, AAA, for giving me the platform and also for the good job they do. And I will also thank the President, His Excellency Julius Maada Bio, as well as the Anti-Corruption Commissioner boss for this Sierra Leone ACC annual report for 2019. What I will do, I will quickly summarize what in the report they about, which are the achievements them with the highlights, and then I will look at the strength and the weaknesses, and then I will make a judgment by giving out a percentage, which is a minimum percentage score in terms of the performance of the Anti-Corruption Commission. To start with, it is required by law, say every year, the commission will present a report, we capture and give a comprehensive report of all the activities that the anti-corruption do engage in that particular year. So, in this 2019 report they about. And last year, they do the same for 2018. So just state all the achievement them, all the activities them where they don't do throughout that 1 year. And clearly, we listen to the president. He commend the good job where the Anti-Corruption Commission they do. And he highlights some of the gains them where the anti-corruption don't make. And it tell me, say, he prioritize, where he can have power, he prioritize the fight against corruption. And the reason that we give, where I make, he prioritize the fight against corruption, I believe, say, a good number of, we know why. They say because corruption, it affects the economic and social development, it affects direct foreign investment, it affects service delivery, and also it affects fair play and equal opportunities. So when I make, he prioritize the fight against corruption. He take it very seriously. And he used that particular occasion again for item in commitment for fight corruption. And you listen to her, I say, this is not a war where we must win. We must fight and we must win. So you listen to them very carefully. I not say when it comes to analyzing issues that relate to corruption, there is always mixed feelings. There is always argument and counter-argument. But you listen to the achievement and boy in the highlight. I will quickly summarize those achievements, and then I will put them at the table now, see if actually those achievements, nothing them where someone will boast of. If I agree, I will tell you why I agree. If I disagree, I will explain to you why I disagree. The achievement and where he highlights is the president, he signed the Anti-Corruption Amendment Act 2019. A good number of you know what in that one day. That just means they strengthen the anti-corruption institution. So they give them more powers. Now in the Anti-Corruption Amendment Act 2019 is there about. It gives more powers to the Anti-Corruption Commission. So the president been signed that way, then passed through parliament, so it may get for signer. So it takes that as an achievement. Yeah? We also see USAI, they establish a special anti-corruption court for try a system. We get 5 judges then. So he also highlight that as an achievement. Then he also quick for talk about the international reputation, recognition, where we Anti-Corruption Commission don't gain at the outside world. Yeah? He talk about the MCC scorecard. Yeah? Where last year, 2018, was 71%. In 2019, it go up by 79%. That again is an achievement. Yeah? He said they carry out a survey among the civil service organizations then. And it shows say, that survey shows say, the anti-corruption to do extremely well among we own civil service organizations then in the country. Their own perception about the fight against corruption, he say the score is favorable. Yeah? So these are some of the basic achievements where he highlights by that report where the president talk about. But as I said no more, when it comes to issues of fighting corruption, it's always a mixed feeling. But what I will do, I will talk about the negatives first, where me say those issues are alarming, and then I talk about the positives. Then, as I say, I will give you my own score. As you say, AAA, and as the president himself say, he say there will be no sacred cow in the fight against corruption. But a good number of the public believe say it's not true. Yeah? And I will give you an example, and I'll tell you why. You see, say, most people believe that this fight against corruption, and the focus is more on the poor people then. Yeah? Ignoring the rich one then. The one that they do well. For example, the teachers, the way they humiliate a cotton trade. We talk about that. So a good number of the people in belief in the common there, especially the teachers then. There was a time they even say the teachers then for declare their assets. So people get mixed feelings about that. And also the public belief say the fight against corruption is politically motivated. Now witch hunt, if you like. If not a witch hunt, people will argue. What will happen with the case between Tawa and Parana Parliament, where each one they make allegations and counter allegations against each other. Today, we don't know what's in the outcome of that case. Inside Parliament, inside the well of Parliament, you see parliamentarians then they accuse each other of corruption. What in anti-corruption don't do up to this time, we don't know what in the go on. Again, people they argue, say there is indeed sacred cow in the fight against corruption. But however, people will also argue, say although you say now witch hunt or politically motivated, but we don't see other politicians that will belong to the same political party, they don't bring them to justice. For example, we get in Kagbo, where at the one time the chief protocol officer to His Excellency the President, we go Nigeria, we go give testimony to one of the pastors then. They suspend them. But again, they argue, how far is that suspension? Yeah? Does it take any legal stand? So that again is highly controversial in terms of that appointment. They will also see Usai, the former Minister of Education and also Minister of Labor. So they self in charge and go courts recently convicted and discharged. So we don't know whether people are successfully mixed feelings. Then believe say that decision they bias. But for the fact that a good number of the people argue that because the man they actually charge him, investigate him, and send him to court, so that means indeed there is no sacred cow in the fight against corruption. Okay, I will turn on now to some of the positive things that we people in the highlight in terms of corruption. And it's important to note critically that when you make their analysis, especially in terms of corruption, it's based on a critical benchmark. In the sense that you have to make some comparative analysis in order to get a proper field, a proper feeling of what in happen. Yeah? You get to get some benchmark and some comparisons. You know, it's not just what coming and then criticize, but also you get to bring some evidence by comparing to other achievements as well. First of all, it's important to note that the international recognition is a big achievement. For example, this same Anti-Corruption Commission, where a good number of the people now we come to we criticize, is being appointed as president of the network of national anti-corruption institutions in West Africa. So if we perception about this man is nothing to write home about, but he is being internationally recognized. So other people that they argue that on that way they. And I talk about the 2018 conviction rate, 100%. 2019, the year in question, it's 80% conviction rate. Yeah? And you also listen to His Excellency the President in terms of Transparency International, the rank fight against corruption, Sierra Leone third out of 35 African countries in the effectiveness towards the fight against corruption. There is also the MCC scorecard. Yeah, MCC scorecard. You know, last year, 2018 was 71%. 2019, 79%. Yeah? Prior to that was 49%. So you see the percentage point we compare is substantial. So again, we will argue on that basis there. And here is the man where they say also he recovered 25 billion leones in cash. I think part of it has been given to His Excellency the President. Some of it is still with the Commissioner. So he recovered that substantial amount, which is about $2.5 million in the fight against corruption. So although the fight against corruption and the analysis get some mixed feelings, but having looked at critically the evidence, all this achievement, either one, the fight against corruption is not an easy task. It can be counterproductive, and it's a difficult one. So for me on grading, I will get 61%. I will give chance to other callers then, and I stand always by the 61% since this year stand. So I will give chance to other panelists then, let them give their own submission. Thank you very much, AAA. Thank you, sir.
Asisi, you just team up by you 61%. Why make you not go up? You know, kind of even after you don't hear all this today, you still stand there. Why, sir?
Well, nothing has changed, AAA. This is just a report. I think it's about 1 or 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago where we do that analysis. They will give you 61%. Yeah? So all these things may not achieve done. This today, you just can't give a report. So nothing has changed. Yeah, it's about, I think a month ago, we'll do this analysis. So today, not just an official report of voting, achieve and voting, So I still stand by that 61%. Nothing has changed. Sir. Now that's no more for put. Thank you very much. I hope so your question answer.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much, Usman Toli.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Make a call to Dr. Aissatou Kejalo. Make we hear what you get for it today. Yes, doctor, you get a platform.
Hi, good evening and good night. Good morning to many others. I hope everybody they do well, and I hope everybody they adhere to COVID-19 measures in Sierra Leone and across the globe. As we know, this pandemic, so it's here to stay. I'll tell you that. But at the same time, we just need for work with the government, work with the communities, and try to sensitize as much as we can. Today, I don't have many health discussion, but I think I want to say to me last critic yesterday, Mina Aissatou, not to Kadi. But at the same time, I also want to say, I will contribute to the program, but in terms of health, again, I'm focused really whenever I come on, and everything else in the salon, I will definitely contribute. I want to see salon go before, or as we talk about politics, we talk about other things and at the country for let the government do well for the nation. We will not forget we own health, right? Because you say you go walk, you say you talk on the radio, you do anything, really have to be healthy. I think it's a good one that we have someone among us that can sensitize us about health matters. So really, Abubakar, I don't only feel like I'm drifting off topic, but I really do want you to understand that my focus will be on health matters. As for the topic for today, I want to say it's a good one that the president don't mention. They can say this not everybody in responsibility in a salon and we in a Sierra Leone in how we go help for fight corruption. Meaning we say there's no sacred cow, so that means we need to be responsible. We need to be able to call out corruption. We'll see Lord refuse for pay anybody will not say we're not supposed to pay a dime to. Lord help the ACC. Yes, ACC commissioner, they do very well when it come on board. Like at the last million grading was incomplete. AAA, I would still give him an incomplete. And because for a graduate level, program, because that's why I'm keeping him. He's not an undergrad. If he was an undergrad, he would have had a C+. But in a graduate program, he needs to have a B. Wait, they say if we're around 83. So even the score will improve. It just there at a 79. Okay, if you don't do well from a score that was below, let's say it went up by 40 something. Like I can't do the math right now, or like I can't think of exactly what it was before 2018. And when they gave the new MCC score, there was a great difference, right, in terms of improvement. So aim for them, be able to try for actually accelerate, maybe go beyond, like if we talk about then 80, then 90% MCC scores, right? Now 79 today. So he's still at that incomplete, complete, past the grade. So he needs to do better. I have to say he needs to do better. He needs to be neutral. He needs to try to be fair, right? Don't be afraid of anyone. And that's why the last time I said he's a good person, like, from what I could see, like he's determined, but there are certain things preventing him. Now, something and they prevent him for them not doing a job to what he need for going for, right? So then the government and the judiciary committee need for really understand, say, where they set corruption, never for things, say, this is my brother, this is my sister. They think about that. They think, say this person, they do wrong, if the person is complicit in everything they are doing. So for that reason, I will hold them accountable and I'll bring them to justice. As to the last time, where he, all the evidence and day, but I'm sure the evidence were not strong enough. You do your homework very well before you present it to the judge. You ever see them throw a case out of the courtroom or the door, there's something missing somewhere, right? Being an attorney, he needed to do his homework before he could present the case. So that's why he had that position. The position was given to him because of his background, because of his education, his practice law. So he knows how to present cases and in how he can win the cases. So for that reason, Ben Kaifola, we really wish you well for we country. Yes, you did do well. Other international communities and don't see you then. The president for ECOWAS, now the West African region for fight corruption. We happy for no saying we are number 3. But what we want to see is to target everyone, not just those that cannot defend themselves, right? That's what we don't want. Right? He needs to consider that and try to be neutral. And, for we all Sierra Leoneans, this is how we all fit, right? If you go to our office, you try to open up a business, you travel, somebody try for ask you for something where say you no need for do a dime to. Don't do it. Right? We all remember when there's 2 guys in the Liberia highway, coming to Sierra Leone, what can they do? We all have smartphones. We should be able to use our smartphone to get evidence so that we can help in fighting corruption in our nation. We should be the one to say no. And then, along with his expertise, we can do well and we can succeed in the fight against corruption in Sierra Leone. And if we don't fight against corruption, if we not fight against corruption, we know see. Then they make we country to go before. Because the one already in Sudan, all them they think about now themselves. They need to think say that picking in that village under. It is sit down now grown for take in class. Right? With some of we don't see this video them. That picking the under now waka. For going to school. Maybe not even get a book before even now. So there's still the struggle despite the new free quality education. What they hear? Yes, they need to pay school fee, but there are other things that comes with education. You need transportation. You need meals. You want for able for do your homework where you get electricity. You know what? For get up in the morning. So see, you have to fetch water first before you can, leave the house. And then sometimes you come from school because you're going to the afternoon school. You're tired. You don't even have enough time to study. All why? Because there's no light. There's no water. In all the regions, Those are things we should not be talking about. Our country is full of natural resources, and we do have water in that country. It just needs to be done. Find the right people to come in and put in the pipes that needs to be put so that every community will have water. So when you wake up in the morning, you go into the bathroom, you don't have to worry about getting the water from the bucket to flush the toilet. Because you know what? We all know how that feels. Especially after you live in this country for so long. Then you go home, and then you have to deal with that. Because why? There's no pump. It is sad. Okay? So I'm sure for some of us that have houses there, we know before the pipes and everything get connected that you have to do that. You worry about, what if I break this because I'm doing this, right? So I'm bringing those things in because I think if we fight corruption, we can really try to improve on our educational sector. We can improve on our health sector, as well as, the basic needs that we need, in primary health care for all. Thank you. And I want to say hashtag Sierra Leoneans say no to corruption. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Aissatou. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Yeah. Well, since we did talk about corruption, somebody, they make fun, then they say, even their healthcare workers, then they grumble, then they say, then they strike, because we do, they know they pay them better. He say, the day where traffic police or traffic warden, the road safety cops, they say the day where the one they grumble, small safe, say the kind way then they pay them, not correct. He say, well, now that day, we know say, people they don't really begin for speak up. Traffic police or the road safety cop, the traffic warden them. Within a treat. The day then they say, we need a better service. He say, well, that day, we know say the game, it done the upside down. Make a call to us friend, make we hear waiting to get for it today. Yes, us friend, welcome on board, sir.
Yeah, hello, Triple A. And thanks to we doctor for enlightening we on the medical side. If we can to get to the topic for today, we're going to always activate we in terms of health and well-being in terms of this we platform. Because on a young background most of the time. So tell and thank you most time where they come for talk on that the announcement totally. So me on take on this talk here today. Looking at the last part we talk about the very guy Ben Kefala. We talk about 30 people at least, and 30 see them whole with them Kerna court. Out of them are 6. The same way they look why the 6 and some of them on a recent case who people and they say, oh, well, he left some people some of them they try for put in a court and convict them and let them go able to take charges wherein they will become guilty of an offense when they charge them. Some of them, yes, now lack of evidence. And then some of them are the judicial section, because like if you look at the case wherein another one for the rest in business, if you look na issue of the Attorney General wherein they be applied for letting go get what then they talk where they say trial without juror. So even if they go with the jurors, then some of them because they all hate corruption, they go unanimously agree and give the man say he's guilty or whoever them the charge the people over them therefore all guilty of that rest. So it comes at the problem of the Attorney General will not be able to pass that one day. So it comes between the judiciary, a battle between the judiciary and in the anti-corruption. Because the anti-corruption are an independent body, even though it work directly with the judiciary. But it can't be said back to the judiciary independent on in terms of making decisions. So now that side day, now they it being get for lose that case day. So that case day now, if it get for bring them up according to law, then call them it get for get merit, a merit of appeal. the merit where you will get forget on appeal. If you get forget the merit, say, well, I will not put the case, say, I will want trial without juror, and then I get some other evidence, with a fresh evidence, where they can back up this. Those are all part of the merit. So we will wait and see. There is a likelihood, say, we will get those merits passed along, and they might get the okay for, say, well, then we'll do a trial without a juror, so that's go able for work. So that's why I don't also blame them too much for the case of the rest. Other cases, them, I might blame them a bit, because like the teacher's their own case, it was just extreme the way he deal with them. We been see back how the president been come on air, where they get for apologize, small say, so and so forth, and then later then go ahead for conviction and they convict. So that area they not just use too much force. And then when you look at some other case there now, like that McKinney issues, and that Nax have been go, you will not say that the evidence wouldn't been bring. Now because of not an evidence with na sequence, you go see say the sequence not the wherein they go say oh then the person will then give the money will be the call say when I go take this amount of money then when they give me this when I take this. There was no evidence for show that side day. So prove them say yes this way. So then just get that clip where you show inside the interview the people outside. So if we can be able to get undercover person that time where the team in the sequence, like a CCTV camera, if there is any, we not good day for the time being. So that's the area. So that one in our evidence puella case then they. So that's how I will just talk to no more. Here now, we don't see the fault until 2019, it comes 2020. The fault is that what you don't see. I only hope say the government go able for type of strengthen them. Give them more power in terms of infrastructure or materials, whatever it needs towards prosecuting and try to get other than responsible for this. Then on that side, because when it turn out to witness this corruption perception index, where they say a CPI, where they put for let them go able for grade, then they grade a country based on what they talk about how corruption is measured or the misuse of public power. The misuse of public power entails now you use them for what they give you for deal with because me na the boss there I not able to go give the money or I go pass or I go lobby or in terms of procurement I go just go make a deal I come back. So you get for see that side is that CPI they get for bring this international corruption transparency international transparency body because they get about 6 to 7 about them. But here now you look at the area where they see the misuse of power. That misuse of power, they then get the way where they score them. They score them from 0 to 100. Wherein 100 is very clean, no corruption, and then 0 is highly corrupt. And now that one day, they get up to 180 countries where they get for involved. So out of those 180 countries where they involved, now they say Salon don't come up from number, I think 129 to something else, 119 or so. So the level come down, but remember it's 180 countries. So now that level that we did, when you look at the level, the first 6 countries that would grade inside the CPI index. Now Denmark, now they come first, 87 over 100. New Zealand come second, 87 over 100 with some other factors. Finland can third, 86. Singapore can fourth, 85. Then Sweden, 85. Then you get Switzerland. Now the top 6 countries then where. Then when you come to the low 6 one, then you get Venezuela, then 176. You get Yemen, an Arab country, then 177. They get Syria, then 178. Then you get South Sudan. Now 179. They get Somalia. Then kick the both feet now. Then 180. So when you look at waiting like a Sudan, you need a problem of SPLA, rebel fight between that South and East Sudan. That fight they don't get on John Garang. So all that they own war. In fact, it don't start from time where it's a long time. Their war is long time. So you're not going to condense in terms of proper use of monetary issue. You get Somalia back, then they in story they under. But what I drive for still no more. If we they find 120 something, 119, well, we are doing well, but there needs to be more. There needs to be more. Because how they look, say, what it mostly cause corruption. They say corruption Now, any country, which actually, they say throughout, it go throughout the country. Now, because of outside and they get big money, will they flow freely during electoral campaign. When election come, then they use big money to campaign. And then the government, they listen only to whether they get money or whether they wealthy, or they get connection. So you see all those factors are factors what they call corruption for campaign. Because if you the politician don't spend a lot of money in campaign, in spending this, and then you they spend that money, they what you get forget. You will always want to forget, not even twice the profit, you want to forget more because you want to secure yourself. So that the perception that one the many politicians don't get, and most of the cultures them. So when they disburse that money during campaign, what do they expect? The money they flow in now will get forget in profit. Because our business in they take them out. If not they take them on the primary issue, they go like this politics or are they involved in my own area where they give me for work, whether I mean a worker or I don't call them a social worker or the community who start to deal with me on small work what they do in the sector where they able to make I will put before, I they not go look at that side. So everybody when they come inside your small sector now, it's a to where put them now so in the deal with itself say me aim now for can make me own way. Me aim now for can make me own way. So if you look at that side, you know, the only way we are feel see they were able to stop the whole of those things there. Now the area wherein the perception of a politician or the perception of civil society workers them, then one day when they work at a civil office there, then they know so then they go there for go serve. You're going to go serve, you know they go there, then you go get a service from the service who you're supposed to render. And the service who you want to go get, now the service for do your own thing what you want to do. Now then the corruption come because as soon as they perceive the corruption, then the other side of corruption again, when they look at in terms of human trafficking. If you look recently in some of the events that what the parliament do before they can submit this, they try to address some of first of all the budget with the WHO. They look like don't disburse. Then they have to address again the area wherein they may say about human trafficking where Mike Pompeo in America have to comment on that. Then they always look at the physical aspect, how una put them in principle. And then in practice, if una they do them, the level of what they do, and then we look at, then they announce, oh, well, una deep on this level of corruption, deep on this level of corruption. But not to deep down there where they look at the money, usa they go. Now for that, we don't score that amount there. So that one is we want to put on, and then just put at the floor, and anybody who want for debate on that, you'll be able to take on that one day. So I thank you very much, and I hope say then the leaders then will know the purpose of being there, of having their power being used for the purpose they are doing there, and not for the purpose for themselves. They all therefore just come and focus, say, I do this willingly out of my heart. I don't care for can there because of this power, make a misuse them, even if it's a political one or civil worker or any area you find yourself. So that's how you know we want to put on the table. And thank you very much for giving me the platform.
Thank you very much, Osfen. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, you're most welcome, sir.
Yes, caller, you're there live on air. Your name and who side you call from, please?
Yeah, it is not Patrick.
Yes, Patrick, you get the platform. 3 minutes are waiting a contribution.
You know, the ACC, they don't do well, okay? The percentage they vote on, I think I remember the last time when I get a 60%. We want to see, with the international world want to see, let it begin the investigate on what case, some of the corruption there. Start see people then at this present government, let it bring them to book. Because we know some corruption they go on presently. Under the table, some of them, which some of them know. But when it reach to them, they will say, well, they don't investigate, they not get concrete information, or they not get concrete witnesses. So if they want proof, say yes, they really they try for under 40%. I believe if the international world don't see, say that they bring some of their own ministers there, some of their own workers there, where they go on and then key place there where they need for the where they see the corruption, the way they go on the right now. The mining area, some of these licenses where they resign, Then the Wataki, we all know say Wataki and Leone are big aloje they did it. We know that. The few ones where they go pull it, not to young, small boys there. Even my cousin, that much they say they pay 30 million. Not so that money they would try for race for and so. All that. What's doing a common man. But the big one they did where they not even go through them. So let us start bring some of these guys there presently now. Then we're gonna say yes, this government already perfect corruption. But until then, we're not to the past government, not to the poor man, not to the local man, the man where they just go the threat for, But we need to see as the big allocation at this government, if they do something, let make social media there or TV there. Let we see now this will see, now this will not see proof, but they just talk about it. That's it. Case closed. We're not there again. What's happy? Look, corruption case don't arise in the parliament. Today, we're not really happy about it. Today, we're not really happy about that parliament between Tawa and that other guy. What's happy? All these things, the parliament is corrupt. So if they're not bring big allocation, now this present government will not say yes. ACC already for fight this fight. Until the government don't say no secret cow, but when they see them think some man they go free, some man not they go free. But we want to see that secret cow, we want to go one see let them cut the neck then. But say yes, this secret cow, if not Sarasef with the whole pull a wheater, we will not say yes, you're not a secret anymore. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Patrick. Thank you, sir. Yes, caller, ID live on here. Your name and who side you call from, please?
There is Mike. I call from Philadelphia.
3 minutes, Mike.
Yeah, I just want to say something from yesterday. I know they condone violence and let nobody go do anything violent under my name.
Yeah, and the same thing goes for Lego slap, eh?
Yeah, the same thing. Yeah, the same thing goes to the police and the soldier in a saloon. We'll communicate with each other. We can able to solve a problem then through dialogue. But get to the problem for today. Kefala, me, I still get the 20% too. I not come up past the 20% because, until Kefala find out what happened with the 49,000 bags of rice. Now then, they me go able to get respect for Kefala. But right now, Kefala not earn me respect yet, because Kefala they out of the country with Chief Minister Kola. For let intervene into that case we get or whatever allegation wouldn't say they accuse them of. So if you there out of the country, somebody they call you for let mediate that situation, that person they control you. So until Ben Kefala starts solving problems where we really need, because that rest day not for the people there, not for the salon people there. What happened with that rest day? Now then we want to know, It try, but it need for solve problems there right now, And we still they try for know what happened with the yellow paper, with the white paper, What happened, Mr. President? What happened with the white paper, And the money where they don't collect already from this corruption. If we say go build hospital, we the wait to Mr. President, And for begin to act now towards that because we need a good hospital, And Ben Kefala, do a good job, man. For let you earn me respect, you need to do a good job. Now, my contribution no more.
Thank you very much, Mike. Well, now Mike a message that one deal. So you will be filthy. Mike we don't give you a pass yesterday. You not give you pass so. You don't. Yes, caller, you live on here. Your name and who you call from, please?
Oh, my name is Safi from Tennessee. How everybody they do today?
Good. You got 3 minutes, Safi.
My contribution today is very important. Where this government be mentioned about corruption. I was jumping around, so happy. But when you talk about corruption, I know the corruption topic is not for me and you. Because corruption and dishonesty, tackling misconduct by the power, by those in power. So Let them really they think very, 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 very carefully whether they give their own press release or then they give their own message. Let them be very careful. Let them be very careful because there are things that don't happen when a dishonesty, fattening misconduct into corruption, where they think and they not be charged. So if it, all the time, when they give a press release about corruption, and things are corrupt presently, would they not be talking about? Like me, Safi, I'm not too convinced that it's things we get for work for me and you. I don't think so. We get for work for the least forces. Yes, I don't think so. They work for the least person because now there is same thing. They be dishonest and then fatally misconduct the population. I'm not convinced on that. I'm not convinced on that because there's a lot of things inside 2-3 months when things that don't happen when are corruption. They not be honest to the people. For me, then they tell them exactly what corruption is about. Nobody no know. So that is a dishonesty. So now then the same people that they start telling, then they misconduct the corruption. So when I talk about corruption, I'm not convinced about it. I'm not convinced about it. That's all I can say today. Thank you very much. God bless you.
Thank you very much, Safi. Thank you, ma.
Yes, sir.
Yes, caller, ID live on here. Your name and who side the call from, please?
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Tripule. This is Abubakar Sister calling from Manassas, Virginia.
Yes, sir, you get 3 minutes, sir.
Yes, I want to thank Dr. Isatu for responding to the statement I made yesterday about her spending a lot of time talking about issues that have nothing to do with the topic of the day. Yeah, I mean, I appreciate the fact that they came back to respond to that one. But my comment about the corruption issue in Sierra Leone is this. You know, when the government came in and instituted this commission of inquiry, there was a lot of hue and cry about a witch hunt by the opposition party. Okay, I mean, as since it's an opposition party, they will cry foul. And this is what I would like the government and any future government to do when it comes in and I want to, say, investigate the previous government. Why not take the reports, for instance, with the recently submitted report to the government, make copies of this report and deliver it to the various embassies of Western capitals, including the European Union, including the United States and other African countries, and ask those countries through their embassies to see if they can help the country to recover any ill-gotten wealth that has been invested or that has been saved in these Western countries for our country, for our government. In that way, the government don't have to go after any opposition politician. And therefore, nobody's going to talk about, oh, the government is going after political opponents. Because in this case, these Western countries who are also happy that Africans are trying to fight corruption, I'm sure they'll be very, very willing to help these countries recover all of this ill-gotten wealth that has been saved in their countries. I'm sure if my memory serves me right, currently in the United States, they are fighting to get some money from Yahya Jammeh, when I think he invested in properties in this country. So if the United States can do that against a former African leader, I am sure a lot of European countries will be willing to help African countries to recover any monies that have been taken to these countries by corrupt African politicians. This is my contribution. That way, nobody's going to complain about anybody going after somebody or any kind of witch hunt. Thank you, Mr. Tripoli. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Abubakar. Thank you, sir. Yes, caller, ID live on here. Your name and who side the call from, please?
I'm in Kuruma. I call from the United States.
You get 3 minutes, sir.
I see the phone line that I do. You know why? No, my job because, we Sierra Leoneans and bad news like, that way bad news they come, it's like the phone keep music, the phone line keep music. People, the only thing they will say, I respect Ben Kefala. I mean, me, I don't know, maybe they try to establish ACC, maybe I'm not going to pay attention very much. For me, so far, it's like they don't be the best commissioner in Nobel. One thing maybe they say, corruption, they all fine at the world. No life for you, 100% clean. Places like here, we all know. Do whatever you get for do with it out of the way. But as soon as they capture you, it's like the Lord for dealing with you. Like Salon now, me just want to tell me people and say, corruption, they don't be the daily habit. It don't be like something normal. I mean, where President Bio they say they can't fight corruption. I tell anybody say, if even we get the best, that Moses where each and everybody they wish for get for Salon. If we get them, it's not possible for making we can stop corruption right there. If it's stop them today, tomorrow, now in the body they will pull us later. Now no president money. Pass that one maybe when I injure. Now this thing is here. Okay, now President Leone talk to, I mean, second star county or this are war winning will win. Or so far, then they celebrate the success. Why? The corruption belongs to Pasmat. Now, what did they try for do? Now the speed they try for do was corruption still in it. But once the speed don't reduce, maybe the next step could be say, better wipe them out. But for now, say that corruption just go away, it's not possible. I don't see any leader will go able to wipe out corruption. That may only unnecessary putting a power of expire. So I mean, just like nobody will be ever never know, say someday, one day, we will come up and criticize, government. I mean, the one that before we say, first time I just Daily Mail or SLBC or whatever. But now, can you imagine? I would also say, almost the common population, almost everybody don't be journalists. They do something about to take the mistake, I mean, they don't need social media. So, Nadana, your input. Thank you very much. I will continue for this.
All right, thank you very much, Koma. Thank you, sir. Yes, caller, I live on air. You name and the call from, please.
Yeah, and I'm in from Koma. I call from Algeria.
You get 3 minutes from more.
Yeah, people, if me the rate, let me go see me go give them 37%. Because why are they give that 37%? Because in life for anything with somebody take part in, let succeed. But because of your efforts, it will get a percentage rate. Right? They collect if this man be really one can fight corruption genuinely. The first person for don't get into book being a chief minister, we openly declare corruption. They call it like declare and declare corruption. We also a statement in no talk to let us not thief. But will find you come on a power back. Then go ask Kishi, we be in our power, which you be achieved, which you the OC be, which you will be. So like in totally declare, say in portfolio we own like 100%. So like chief minister first maybe don't do for calling to book. But like they can find a look into them in the day, nothing like that not come up. So like me no see effects in percentage we in get now and waiting in present today, Nigeria cause. Now which haunts me the take them as. So like if I rate them, that's 36%. So now the jam.
Thank you very much for more. Thank you, sir. Yes, caller, I live on air. Your name and who the call from, please.
Yes, Triple A. My name is Abdullah Bimara. I call from Paris.
Yes, Abdullah, get 3 minutes.
Me just want to make me own quick. Yeah, me just want to make me own quick contribution this night, about corruption as alone. We all did talk and say this defeats corruption, this not defeats corruption, this they do well, this not they do well. I still stand on me 30% because I really like Ben Kafala what they do. I really like they try. But for say it affects corruption to that extent where the president will get 66%, me not get confidence over that. Because if we don't look, the last term, nobody know they say, they watch AYV TV, they watch news. Good morning, Salo, one deputy minister and the minister, they go say two different things in a radio station. Now that's for sure you see corruption play there. You see corruption play. If corruption not play, two ministers they go on a radio station for give news to the country. They go talk two different things about what they do, what the money they mislead for buy the SUVs. You see that now for sure you see corruption still there. If they try really there for make it stop the invest, but this you know get just for concentrate on the people they were these teachers where they not get nothing for do about what country they go behind. We not say that we not say na corruption, but the key players in there where you go really touch, where everybody will not say yes, you really don't ready for fight the corruption. All man go grab and clap, they will talk say yes, this man is really ready for fight this corruption. You know they just forgot about the past government. You say because of when they don't give money, they wait stay after when they don't do the work, if they're not doing well, so now they go investigate. You cannot wait. You know they fight corruption like that. When they don't give the money, now they give for control. You know, triple A, but example, then the people that die in Amaken just for ordinary generator. Now for sure you see there are things passing on. Anti-corruption, they only investigate about public funds. There are so many things to investigate on. And these people cops are lying down. Nobody they talk nothing over now. You know, there are so many issues. If you look into around, I know you just want to keep on the line because the line really all this night. That's some.
Thank you very much, sir. Abdullahi. Thank you, sir. Yes, caller, you live on air. You name and say the call from, please. You did live on air.
Yeah, it's a concerned citizen.
You get 3 minutes.
Yeah, from Fago. Now, Lord, not forget the ACC. They created now a campaign and that gets a way beyond campaign against the corruption. So way you kind of fight against. To me, I believe that department will be formed or be strengthened purposely now for the APC. Now be a good thing, not any bad thing for the present government can investigate the past one for let them know what they do. But I believe say the ACC be them pay all their attention, all their knowledge, all their strength for investigate just APC. APC in a big party, then plenty. So if you get for spend all the time for investigator, it take years and years, and you forget plenty things and for do. So I believe say you don't pay too much attention on those politicians. You forget about what's in the happen now, like the rise in your own case. How they go bring people in a court for a rise who missing, and all them people and they become free. And the rights is still missing. This not just not clear. We don't know if the court and the ACC then get a game because it don't make any sense. But then they convict other people from other side. Then thirdly, the chief minister in case where the ACC boss be out of the country. And the chief minister call him and complain about the accusation where a journalist accused him. He did it, he called the journalist and discussed him. He said he called the bank just on phone for ask. Now he said they asked for more evidence from the journalist. Well, example, if not be any APC big man, now them he call him for they say, hey, we'll get this man who suspected if don't get so money, they just get him. Now, so if I investigate that case today, now through the phone, that definitely will be say no. So he do a good job because whatever way it done, the way they're able to get from the investigation, the past government, if you then find them guilty, now a good job. So, but as everybody they say, it need for do more. It need for make people entrust and say yes, he can for can do the work. You know, can only for can run after the past. Government. Now, all man it investigates. So, me the rate 50% for all the work we don't do, but you need for do more. Thank you.
Thank you very much, caller. Thank you, sir. Minkafala. You get question for answer, sir. Because a lot of people, they talk about this issue with Chief Minister. I think for this nation, a Chief Minister and the rest, the Chinese race, the Alpha Timbo rice saga. I think I need beaucoup this net for you, sir. Yes, caller, you live on here. Your name and where you call from?
You know me?
Yeah.
This is Ibrahim from Maryland.
Yes, Ibrahim, you get 3 minutes, sir.
Thank you for your platform. First of all, the president not only forget the ACC boss. Now we the people of Salon, now we forget them. What do you do now? We for say, now this grade, now you the grader, not all the president, because now you appoint him. The man, we been come, we all been the applaud for him, we been start to say the man, he can't fight, a genuine fight. But along the way, we don't see some biasness on this fight of corruption. We don't say corruption is not get for easy. Any sign of the world, corruption day. They just they try to minimize the corruption in the country. If they try, if somebody say the man will try, that's not the person not like out, but if they try, the man will try his best. But if the president say no secret or no in a salon or this present administration, then they are not for say lie because na leader, but it's not correct. You know. The man Uti he been try for do they try for investigate the past administration, then they nice, then they see some outcome they although no even know what he get for happening when they recover. Because they you know the numbers of money there. Money don't lost na cabinet calon. Money missing. No, you get nothing from that. When a president administration a day, when a minister. Chief Minister now publicly, they talk about corruption, they preach corruption. See, when they give money 100%, they spend 99, the 1% to the chief. Nothing, no, they accuse him. He would accuse. Now he would take phone back, he called the ACC boss. He would accuse. No one don't say, well, accuse somebody who called ACC boss, say, this person don't accuse me, so I will intervene. If really they say secret or no day, if they don't come, you do investigation. Then how somebody they go get accounts where they say he get card, when an ATM card, you know get accounts. And only salon I down is somewhere they get ATM card, you know get accounts. The man where don't put us neck boss right now when I be director na FIU, you know do nothing, you know nothing. You know, a lot of things that they go on. Now, only the poor one, they follow. Look, when they go disgrace the chair, publicly. What about the politician, the way they don't go after now, ways on there, they don't guilty now? Why they don't disgrace them publicly, the world see? Not to chair now when they put now, cutting three, they disgrace them. If they begin to them politicians, so say, anybody will they catch pan corruption, then disgrace and they can't disgrace the chair, then sometimes it go reduce small. But if they go after the poor one, they will not get nothing, not get without effort for them. Now, a big shame. You know, if you are really ready for this fight genuinely, trust me, you don't get for listening to anybody. Because always I can say, after the man, not of us, not being get job, the man get a good job and he get education. So today, he want to do that job, there's somebody disturbance. Even the president disturbance say, he will resign. He come outside even they work back good. So me, I give him 40%. If they try, but let's do more. So now I'm constitution 94 tonight. Thank you very much, Ibrahim.
Thank you very much, Ibrahim. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Thank you, fella, sir. There is, sir. That is the issue with Chief Minister. And I think I make you fall na salon people learn. But again, Nayana Salon. No Kauri scholar. Yes, caller, are live on here? Your name and where you call from, please.
Yeah, this is the call from US.
You get 3 minutes, sir.
Yeah, we just want to talk in the general sense about corruption. Corruption is something we the law able to eliminate as Salon because even they go on for years, decades, you know, and for eliminate corruption, the people are already around the leaders there. In Black Africa and Salon, for that matter, nothing corrupt. You see, then I don't know they do the leaders, then the president, then justice, because then they create problem we make and then development when they take place and then corrupt. If you get rid of those people and then put somebody they go, they do the work for the president, then can minimize corruption. But those people then really around the president, they are the corrupt people because they are supposed to be the eyes for the government and for the president. Now they're the one they create the loopholes for corruption that take place. That's my contribution.
Thank you very much, Ayo. Thank you, sir. It does so. This particular song done there for over 18 years. With all waiting the artist that decide what he sing there. What you listener now? You feel say, oh, this singer I don't say. You better na bitrade. You the listener, you think say, oh yeah, you see how far we don't come out, eh? This na bitrade with corruption been this alone. Or you feel say this song still relevant inside salon. Because that's the question me want for use. I make a player. The song we don't take over 18 years, corruption, you do so. That's alone. You think say, what you hear now, you able to say, hey, tell God thank you. This is the 10-way corruption be done as alone. But now, we better far away. We not say corruption audio. But, we can tell the difference. We're able to differentiate, say, the time of that song they trade. And this particular time now, is different. Or you feel, say, the song still gets the same magnitude where we get ready? Eh? Because na based on that one day, we go able to say, yes, the 2019 report, they've done really good. They've done really good. Because when you listen to the song, do you remember also how come out? I say, no, you better. Or you still feel, say, hey, not the same thing no more. Like I said to the commissioner just now, say, people that we call the Chief Minister saga, still they fresh na people the mind. The Chief Minister saga. Mariam Ibrahim, they ask about this song. If not 8 years. Not 8 years old. Not 8 years at all. Song don't pass 8 years. But make I come back to it to the talk. I say, the two things we still fresh na people in mind. Before, na be that chief minister, that will be the rate, the commissioner, na be that chief minister, na in case we they come up. Now, the Alpha Timbo rest saga, the Chinese rest, safe don't join inside. But the thing is this. It's sad and it's unjust to Sierra Leone, where it be say, like people they always call and talk about this particular issue, we reference the chief minister and the Alpha Timbo saga. People already listen now. You know what they go say? They go say, everyone in the APC people and I make so. Until the day we support an administration able for say, you know what, Mr. Kefala, I do like you as a young man. I do want for make Salon better through you where you go able to fight corruption. But brah, this thing, you know, look correct. However, people where they support this administration, then two things where people then call, people that openly support this administration, no go ever talk against them two things. They no go ever. Because waiting do, to them, Bengefala they try, invest, and Bengefala say, who that get evidence against chief minister in the mouth open, carry and go. So the one them where they support this administration, that's what they will tell you. Say the commissioner say in the mouth open, do you have evidence? Carry and go. Instead of you they call, they make allegation. Where you know you say for the talk not get evidence. Because that's the word from the commissioner himself. In the motopin, do you have an evidence? You go say, okay, brah, evidence. Look at the don't come yonder. When we come to the rest, who no get evidence? But the commissioner himself will say he get evidence. We for nail this rest here. Waiting come out today. In we get evidence, so we no get. But now they can call now they talk say, oh, chief minister, he take money, he this we no get evidence. He say if you get evidence, carry and go to him. But the one for the rest, now he can tell we now say in get evidence. How that one they end up? How that one they end up? Nobody no go say the fight against corruption no yield fruit. Me go tell you say it does. It does yield fruit. Anybody where they on the other side now, where they think say something they under and I made then they come after them. Well, at the end of the day, na den can answer. Na den can make agreement for pay money. I say, me, I dey wait for the Auditor General in report. Then make we see how the Commissioner get for react. I dey wait. Make us see how the commissioner get for answer. What he get for tell we. I not say we not the follow up. But I get for can lay on a table here. You watch say I networking lek for then at the police press briefing. A good place for they. And when we go there, would they bring and come? Make yourself safe no. Because police back, then they do the, security in the country, na strong arm for make peace day na the land. And then say they not for be corrupt. Okay. You will get opportunity for watch the last video where we upload for the police press briefing, not so. What you be see there? You see one box full of money, not so? Okay. Police carry this box, go na police headquarters. They say they want display them for journalists them. Journalists them go, they record. If you listen to AIG Brian Maja, when he be talk about the items them with them not. Maybe I am wrong. Go back, make you go listen. But wait me here, now they tell you so now. Police make mention of 4 bundle money. 4 bundle money. Me, I don't invite police canaya or police in the Greek camp. So, make a talk with him, me fair not. Because this is not a case for anti-corruption. 4 bundle money, but then we get a tea chest full of money back. Where police say na fake dollar. Yesterday we talk now about the Bank of Sierra Leone. I make mention of that. Say who that for determine if this dollar na fake dollar. Is it police or the Bank of Sierra Leone we for able to tell say this na a legal tender? When police be display na headquarter, then say fake dollar. Period. They no come, they no I then at the teachers, na 4 bundle number them put on the table, then just say na fake dollar. A day after, police pull a press release for one people and say fake dollar day in circulation. My dear, today, you know what in police say? Police say na fake dollar. Listen, no. But the one where them put pantap na good one. Then if you pull the one where they pantap na white paper then na den didi. Hello. Make I increase the volume. You hear me fine? When them be go for go display na police headquarters, they now show the journalists them for flip the money, like say the quantum, show them saying a white paper the inside you. No, they not do that. They just display and for display, una snap, una take picture and what's not. From fake dollar to now police, hey, tomorrow now we be so we get for do the good old days where they come with the good memories back. But this one I not get for all. They count and back next week. I say, police say, that bundle money they will be seen at that chest, where them be seen a fake dollar. They say the one will be they pant up, na fine money. But when you pull the one where they pant up, you go under na white paper then did. Do ya? White paper and fake dollar, are they the same? White paper and fake dollar, are they the same? They are anti-corruption. You see, these are the kind of things we want for make Jin if you don't appear. Jin if you don't appear. Say, okay, according to that first one, which one be say. Then, according to this one now, it not look correct too. But this is what people in the frown at. If you be say, na low level police officers them. If you be say, na just the sergeant them. My dear, the next day, the headline, anti-corruption, the whole Lamos police. But this because of the bigger ledger then and them be inside that room. Anti-corruption, no tell me say you know here is sir. If you want the complete video, we will get her. We'll get her, sir. For me, kuna compare waiting and be say, when they say a fake dollar, then self pull report saying a fake dollar. How can they tell us now say na white paper? I know say one white paper the way we want, but not to this one. That white paper they would wait for. But this white paper, we say back to sender. We don't want her. But people will go, they say now, to keep this one, my dear, go na YouTube, go listen to the other one before they upload this new one. Because even today, police call press conference back. Then go talk back about this same money, but this time they not carry the money go again. No. They not carry the money go again this time. Because I was surprised. I asked the team, say, press conference, what did they talk about today again? They say, that same money. But they not how display again. But this morning, they talk na 98.1. They say, na white paper, na be the inside you. So, I left the wonder now. They are family. It's a family talk. White paper and fake dollar. Na same. Na same. Hey. I say me, the way I see that is chest. The way I say, go let you go watch the video. Go make you go watch the video. I see that teacher style be make. I'm like, yeah, you know, say na so no more. Papa police, why accuse you now? When I based on waiting, una tell we. Based on waiting, una tell we. Diana Salone. What to make up getting this kind of side? Because we talk about anti-corruption, and you hear people and they frown at certain things. Them you go hear people the way they call, then they say, "Oh, una know they go after the big one." Them we not say for go after the big one. Them just because then a big one there. No, I hope say you will call. They say for go after the one they not to than the mean. But if the big one is corrupt, I think say in self for face the rot. We no go able left and so. We no go able left and so. Me, I don't give you a lead now. Now so we go, the camera waka go na by Model Junction. We want pa the bike rider them. You say they need anti-corruption, let them go investigate. Say because all the money they pay, then they see nothing. Or you go say that they not anti-corruption work. But if you be busy, now chairman, we get political link to this one against what other chairman, we get political link to the other one. Then they enter the anti-corruption. We don't see the work beaucoup. But some of them were we need una for come inside. We need una. Wait, I don't forget to that call say they need for go attack it. Then go attack it the other day. Not so 2 person the whole day. Then go attack it. But me they say, this police and this fake dollar, me I want let them come inside. We need them. ACC, we need una. Make una come inside. Lawyer, make una investigate suicide and pull landing. Eh? God help us. Not also. Make God help we. Tomorrow are the good old days, oh. The good memories from other people. Now they carry reform. Now we hear how we been talek their own team. But for today, anti-corruption don't do good. According to the paper, they don't do well. We tell them thank you for that. We'll go there back tomorrow. Till we meet again. Take police. Tata.